Well, when it comes to that perfect makeup look, it's all about spending time on your base, or so I'm told by Derek Carberry. This is the first of our makeup masterclass. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning.
Before we go into it, we're going to have a quick look at how you're getting on with your foundation and how you can tackle it. Let's take a look.
I think we don't take enough time. You know, the most important thing is to keep your skin clean, even if you, are not an expert with the makeup. If you can keep, good moisturiser, plenty of sunblock if the weather is good, and that's what I think is more important than any looks.
So can you tell me a little bit about what your makeup disasters you've had?
Probably fake tan disasters, definitely on my hands or up around my neck that I can't get rid of just as I'm about to go to something. Definitely that would be it. Or a foundation that was too dark. I think I'm finally only realising that you should go more for your own skin colour.
So what's the biggest mistake people make when applying their foundation?
Well, sometimes when they're applying the foundation, you don't realise that they're wearing the wrong colour, and usually you find with the jawline it's darker than actually the neck.
So what's been your biggest makeup disaster?
I had to put too pale a makeup on one time, it's very white,
The biggest mistakes Irish women make when applying their makeup?
Going too dark.
Yeah.
Definitely going too dark and having like this major orange line all around here.
Yeah.
I actually don't really wear makeup, so I could honestly say I haven't made mistakes.
I wear cream before I put on my other makeup. You know, the moisturising cream.
Yeah.
And then I put loose powder on.
Do you ever use foundation?
No, rarely, no. I don't, no. I used to when I was younger. I did too much of it.
Well, I have definitely made those mistakes as well. And Derek, it's so true, isn't it? What that guy said, actually. He said most women go too dark.
It's funny the amount of feedback we got from guys as well. It was brilliant. It is a huge mistake women make. It's kind of not choosing the right colour, it being too dark, the wrong consistency. Really, it's about getting the right advice, I suppose, at the end of the day as well.
And having the right product to start with.
Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately, to start off, Maeve's face is completely clean.
It's cleansed and toned.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the next stage, which would be moisturiser or primer. Now, I say that moisturiser or because I think sometimes people tend to overload their skin too much.
Okay. So
they put on too much of moisturiser and then they're putting primer on as well.
So is primer a moisturiser?
Some of the primers you get are moisturising, and a lot of them are
on
kind of manufactured to kind of take down shine in the face and reduce oil in the face as well. But I tend to kind of just stick to the one thing, like a nice moisturiser or a primer, not kind of both, or even kind of use your primer for going out, but your moisturiser is very important. But the key thing is not to overload the skin with products because your foundation is just going to slide off.
Especially if you have oily skin, actually, because it just creates that oiliness, doesn't it?
It does, like particularly if you have oily skin, really choose the moisturiser that has sebum in it that's going to reduce the oil in your moisturiser. You have to get the right moisturiser.
Okay,
it's very, very important. So as you can see, I use brushes to apply everything, even the moisturiser, because I find if you kind of rubbing your hands against your face, it's kind of very unhygienic as well. There's a lot of bacteria on your hand, and you're also causing oil to occur when you rub skin on skin.
Right,
so that's causing a barrier between your foundation and your skin, so it's just going to slide off again.
So it's about the right tools.
The right tools, it's really half the battle.
A brush for moisturiser now is a new one. I know, obviously, brushes for foundation are used all the time, but even moisturiser? Even moisturiser,
it's my little thing that I have to talk to people about, because the whole skin contact thing is a big deal for me, because you want the foundation to last. You don't want oil in the skin, and by contacting your hands against the face, it's creating oil.
Right,
So try not to use your hands against the skin. Brushes, you just need to get used to brushes. That's the main thing. Then we're going to move on to foundation. I'm going to show you 3 colours. Okay. Kind of to help you kind of figure out what's the right colour to go for.
Because I think Irish women in general are not quite sure where to start with foundation. The colour, the consistency. Do I have oily skin? Do I have combination skin? So what's the best way to start to get the right foundation?
The best way to start is going into your cosmetic counter of choice. There's so many of them out there, as we all know. Ask as many questions as possible, open-ended questions. What's the best thing for me? They should be asking you, what's your skin type? Is it oily, dry, combination?
Okay.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for something with a lot of coverage? Are you looking for something that's quite natural? So, ask as many questions as you can. The professionals are there to help you to pick the right product. If you're going in and kind of not giving them the correct information, you're not going to get the brand that suits you or the product that suits you. Now, you can see immediately, right, there's 3 colours here. There's one that's very light, one that's very dark, and a colour that's just blending in perfectly with the jawline and the neck there.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the right colour for
So
you.
it's the one that's almost
The
disappearing
one that
on your
disappears
skin.
into your skin and just blends into the neckline the same colour.
Okay.
Now also the foundation colour tone is very important. We're using colour theory here. So anything with yellow base is going to counteract any redness in the skin as well.
Okay.
So if you go in with that kind of bit of knowledge as well, you don't want to choose a foundation that has pink in it, because it's going to add to the redness in the face. Something with yellow will tone the redness right down.
Brilliant, okay.
So
and most Irish complexions are kind of a red, ruddy...
Everybody has a slight redness into their skin. Well, I'm just back from
You're
holidays.
particularly sallow, but I think most Irish
skin
women
are
have
quite,
that
porcelain, really
high colour.
porcelain, and they have that high colouring in the cheek.
Great.
You can see Maeve here is typical of that, just a slight flush of colour in the cheeks.
Yeah.
So I just wiped off the two colours that's not correct. So we're going to proceed
with the right
with
one. Okay.
Foundation.
Well, I'll let you work away on the foundation just so we can see your technique. So it is about spending time.
It's about spending time. You know where you go to the hairdresser, you look after your hair, you take your time getting your hair done. Well, the same has to be said for your
makeup.
foundation. And all elements of your makeup. You really need to work it in, take your time, blend it, and the results will be flawless, and they'll last that bit longer, the foundation as well.
Okay, because I do think most of us probably make that mistake, Derek, where we rush through the foundation and then we spend time on our eyes or, other parts.
I get it from people all the time. They're going, oh my God, I can't get the makeup to stay on, and I can't get this to stay on, and it doesn't look the way it looks when I get it done or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, how long do you spend doing your makeup? And they go, oh, I throw it on in 2 minutes before I walk out the door. It's not going to work.
What do you expect?
You know, of course, it's early in the morning. You're kind of trying to drag the last few minutes in bed you can, but you really need to be spending a bit of time. You know, you have to put your best foot forward and work. And appearance is everything. First impressions last. Put your makeup on properly. You know, get up that little bit earlier. 10 minutes even earlier. 10,
will
15
make
minutes
all the difference.
will make a huge difference.
So you're motivating all the Irish women out there tuning in this morning, Derek.
Oh, really?
Now, you do have a list of top tips which we'll fly through while you're finishing the foundation, if that's okay.
Yeah.
You start with brushes, which we've touched on, so it's all about the right tools.
Exactly. This being like natural hair brushes are a key thing here.
Great. Preparing the skin, which we've done. We've cleansed it properly, used the primer or the moisturiser, then the brushes, then the yellow-based foundations for red tones, which will apply to many of our viewers this morning.
Practically everybody. If you
Okay.
just close, maybe.
Small amounts of makeup and build it up.
Tiny amounts of building it up. You can even see the amount I'm using on the brush. It's just
It really is a
minimal.
tiny amount.
Because what you find is people are putting product on their face and they put so much on their face initially and then they're trying to blend it away and there's nowhere for it to go, only it's going to be a big thick...
It's a build-up, isn't it? Yeah.
Lots of foundation on it. And it just
Powder is
doesn't
very
work.
important to set your makeup.
Powder, as you'll see in a couple of minutes now, we're going to be going on to that. It really sets the makeup and again absorbs any oils in the skin as well.
Okay,
so that's going to take down any more shine.
We've 1 minute left, so if there's...
Okay.
Sorry, we're always rushing you, Derek, but...
Now a little bit of concealer, yellow base as well.
Yellow-based concealer to take
on
down.
a blemish.
Okay.
Just working that in. So as you can see, the redness has really been zapped out of the skin.
It really is a flawless finish as well, Derek, isn't it?
Absolutely. It just kind of gives that flawless look.
So you're going to finish with a powder.
Bit of powder.
So powder does really set the foundation properly, Derek.
It
Makes
really
it last.
does. Powder is essential for that flawless finish, taking down the shine, giving that kind of flawless look. And just close your eyes there, man.
30 seconds left, Derek. Blusher and contouring are two big parts of makeup as well, Derek.
Basically, if you got a bit of bronzer, you just get me to turn to the side. And just below the cheekbone, just gives a lovely kind of definition, really sculpts the face.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap it up, Derek.
And then last but not least is a tiny bit of blush on the flush of the cheeks, big smile. Just kind of big smile and just apply the blush there on the cheek.
Brilliant. So blusher is on the apple of the cheek.
Apple of the cheek, and the bronzer is just below the cheekbone to give that sculpted finish.
That definition. Fantastic. Okay. Well, we'll let you finish off, Maeve, so you don't have one side of your face done, Maeve. Derek, thank you very much.
No problem.
As always. Next week, you're informing us how to create fabulous eyes. The famous Derek Carberry
smoky eyes.
Smoky eyes.
We're going to
Great.
do something quite natural and take it into a more dramatic look.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Derek. Thank you, Maeve. We'll take a quick break. See you shortly.